Bola Tinubu, Gambian president, Senegal president, Ghana president, if they can just listen to this statement, I want to tell them right now, maybe they can get little bit sense. They are in Africa. Now they are putting them together, gathering them together to go and fight against their own brother. But how many times have you put European countries to fight against each other? You, the African leaders, Bola Tinubu, Akufo-Addo, Macky Sall, Adama Barrow. How many times do you people use Europeans to fight against another European country? How many times? Ask yourself that question. Do you ever intend to put European brothers to fight against each other? Why are they using you today to fight against your brother, to go and kill yourself in the hand of your brother? Just if you ask yourself as a president right now, as Adama Barrow or as Macky Sall or as Akufo-Addo or as Tinubu, ask yourself this question. This fight you want to do right now, who are you doing it for? Who are you fighting for? Are you fighting for Africa? No. Are you fighting for your peoples? No. You are fighting for the West, for the benefit of the West. So why are you fighting the benefit of the West when you ask yourself, you want to send ECOWAS, you want to put your soldiers together to go and fight Niger? For what? For your country freedom? For Nigerian freedom? No. For Ghanaian freedom? No. For Senegal freedom? No. For Gambian freedom? No. You are doing it for the freedom of West, for the freedom of Europeans, so that they will have a chance to steal more natural resources from Africa and benefit their peoples. They will never benefit Gambia, they will never benefit Ghana, they will never benefit Senegal, they will never benefit Nigeria. They will benefit Europe, develop Europe, and at the end of the day, you will come to them. They use you fight against your brother, you will come to them to borrow them money. They will tell you nonsense. You go back to your country and sit there with shame. At the end of the day, they tell you to go and fight against your brothers so that they could have a way to steal. At the end of the day, they will call you, Africans are criminals, they are fighting against each other. Africans are in war. They put you into that war, but tomorrow they will sit in their medias and call you a fool. Bola Tinubu, Adama Barrow, Akufo-Addo, Macky Sall, sit and listen and think like this. Think. Because when you go put your soldiers together to go and fight against Niger, you are not fighting for the freedom of your own country, and you are not fighting for the freedom of Africa. You are fighting the freedom of Western peoples. And Western peoples will never fight your freedom. How many of your country citizens have been killed, have been demolished in Europe here? Western peoples have never stood up and speak for your country. Today you want to go and fight for West, for the freedom of West. You want to go and fight your brother for the freedom of West. But Nigerian man was killed in Italy here, Alik. I will never forget him. He was murdered in cold blood in Italy here. How many Western countries speak for Nigeria? They never speak. They never fight against the murdering, the killing of black people, innocent black people in Italian streets. In France, they kill a Gambian, nothing came out of it. Who speak for Gambia? Nobody. They stamp a Gambians to death. A Gambian boy called Yusuf, they stamp him to death in France. Nothing came out of it. Who speak for him? They kill a Gambian in Germany and bury him, so that nobody will know what happened to that Gambian brother. Till the cigarette came to me and I leak it out. That's the time people know that the German man killed a Gambian and he buried him in a cigarette. Who speak for Gambia? Nobody. Who fight for Gambia? Nobody. No Western country will wake up and fight against Germany and say, because you are killing innocent peoples. But today you are there, want to go and fight your fellow brothers because you want the freedom for West. Because the West is telling you that fight them, fight your brothers. Sit and think. We will give you support, we will give you weapon, we will give you that. When West want you to destroy your fellow brother, they give you weapons, they support you. But for you to have your own freedom and develop your country, they will never support you. But to go into war, they support an African country to go into war with their own brothers. But they will never support an African country to have their own freedom or development. How many years is for how many decades you, the African leaders, have been begging Europeans, the West, begging them for freedom? They refuse to give you freedom. They refuse to help you to develop. They are stealing always from you. Whenever they want you to accept something, they talk about human rights. Whenever they want you to go into war, they tell you that we will support you. They bring you weapons to fight against your brother. Somebody who, when you tell him that, help me to create business for myself and develop myself, he said no. But when he wants you to fight against your brother, he tell you that I will support you. But when you tell him that support me, let me open businesses for myself and grow myself and work for myself, he said no. But when he wants you to kill your own brother, he tell you that go on, I will support you. But he is not ready to support you to develop, but he is ready to support you to kill your own families. This is how you, the African leaders, have to think. The West have this strategy, and that's why I, Pandemika, the West will never love me. But they can also do nothing to me. They can do nothing. Nothing. It is not possible for the West to lay their hand on me. For what reason? Which court will you take me to? Which judgment will you take me to? Because wherever you take me to, I will win the judge, I will win the court, I will win the supremacies, I will go free. Because the West know what I'm saying, that is their behavior. I told you, many people may come to the West to find money and go home and build a house. I don't came to the West to find money and go home. I came to the West to study the West and know who they are and know what they plan against Africa and know the strategies they use to destroy Africa. It has been a long time when they are destroying Africa. Why are they destroying Africa that we couldn't win them? Because we didn't know the strategy they use on us. Nobody was unable to come to the West and study the strategy they use on Africa. This was the main reason they have been destroying Africa for so long. No matter what plan we made, we failed to liberate ourselves because they already know what we plan, but we don't know how they plan on us. We didn't know it. So we have to come among them to study them to know what plan do they do also. When we know the strategies and their weak point, we could hit them. So you see, at the end of the day, we find out their weak point. We find out how to kick them. Now they are in a pain. They are in a severe pain. They are in a pain. The West is in a pain. Where do Africa get this strategy to know what we plan against them? They are in a pain. Just that we have some dogs in Africa as leaders who are not listening to us. But if they are listening to us, they will understand. I told you I've been speaking with many militaries. I have said it before in my life that I speak with many militaries, that the militaries will help us to liberate Africa. People think I was joking. Even before Mali and Burkina and Guinea will liberate themselves, I make a live here. I was live. I said I am speaking with militaries even in Ghana. I was saying it before. I said I speak with militaries in many African countries who will help us to liberate Africa because we need them on the board. When I say that, from that day, I have a military group. I have all kind of groups for militaries that we speak each and every time. I don't want no civilian there. I want only militaries in that group. So I join only militaries in that group. I don't mention no military in media. I don't put their pictures in media because it have to be secret for them to do what they have to do. Then after that, it's okay. That's all I want. They don't need popularity. They just need a support, either in financial or either in strategy, to support them in strategy and financial little bit to get what they want and let them do the needful thing for Africa. Even before Mali will liberate themselves. Why do I communicate with Malian soldiers? In Bambara. I'm a Bambaran and I can speak Bambara. When you take me to Mali today, I can speak with Malians like I'm from Mali. When I speak to Malians, they will think like I'm from Mali. I'm not from any other African country. They will think like I'm a Malian. If I told them I'm not a Malian, they will never believe it. Burkina, they have some kind of Mandinkos there. I can speak that language also. So for African leaders today to see Bola Tinubu and Gambian president, what even pained me, the most painful part of this whole story is they can't do nothing. But they are still disturbing our brain. The West know that these leaders they are pushing can't do nothing. I am giving this advice and this pleas to West that if they want to fight and restore Bazoum into power in Niger, let them send their militaries. Because those African leaders you are pushing to push their militaries are nothing. So if truly the West is ready to restore Bazoum into power in Niger, let them send their militaries. Let me see and enjoy and watch like a movie how the Western militaries will be dying in Africa. I will be sitting in media here and laughing and celebrating the same way I celebrate the death of Queen Elizabeth.